Here we are at the front kitchen on the 75 Roadrunner Coyote, and we have got everything framed in. We've set our AC, we've set our refrigerator, we have set our storage. Now we have got to make a countertop. We're going to do poly on this one, polyurethane, with the same kind of stain that we've used here. So we've got to get that one polyed up. And we've got to cut out for the sink. We've got to plumb the sink. Then once we get this set, we've got some aluminum trim for the front and for the sides. So we've got to do that. And we've got the countertop cut out, sanded down, dusted off. Now we're ready for some stain and poly in one. You can get this at any of your hardware stores, especially your big box hardware stores. So we're going to put our first coat on. We're just going to use the recommended brush, a little 2-inch brush. We're going to brush it out, let it dry for a while, put a light sand on it, do another coat. So just like shellac or stain or anything else that we're going to use, we want to make sure that we go with the grain. And the grain runs long ways on this one. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to run long ways. That's going to be stain and poly in one. Coat number one, we're going to let it sit about 45 minutes to an hour, somewhere in there. Maybe put it out in the sun to dry quicker. Then we're going to sand it down real lightly and then go ahead and hit it again with another coat. First coat of poly and classic oak is on. It's looking really good. I'm going to get lightly sand it. Use a high grit, you know, something 400, 600. Probably 400. I just had 600 laying around, but it'll do the trick. So we're going to sand it down, wipe it down, and then give it one more coat. got everything polyed 2 coats, and I cut the hole out for the sink. Sink's going to fit in right here, but to make my life easier, I'm going to go ahead and install the faucet and the drain. Faucet is very simple. Doesn't have to be anything super waterproof on it. It just needs to be installed, screwed down tight, and then we'll run city water in to this. So I'm just going to snug it up right now, and then I'll tighten it up once I get the exact location. So just like at the home, at your house, right here, tighten down. Look how beautiful that looks already. Now, the drain, and be careful not to scratch everything up here. We've got to take some plumber's putty, put right in here. So again, just kind of like the old Play-Doh days, we got to make our little Play-Doh snake. We don't want a whole lot, but we want to make sure that it's sealed up real good there. So we're just going to put this right in here. Might have got that one a little too thin, but that's all right. Plumber's putty goes a long way, and it's cheap. We'll overlap right there. With that. I think I'm going to add this little extra right here. Now, that's going to fit right in there. Then when it gets squeezed tight, you can see where some of that plumber's putty is coming out. We'll get rid of that excess, but that's really what we want to see. We want to know that we're sealed in. Now this has a tail adapter, and this is the drain. It's just the gray water. So you can just hook a garden hose up to this. It's not going to be under pressure. It's nothing fancy, but it's made just for these small campers. So we're going to install that. And this is what's going to tighten down to make sure that our plumber's putty comes up. I can show you that here. So we got this in. This goes over the top to seal the bottom to make sure we're waterproof right there. And I'm just going to snug this up, and then I'll tighten it up before I install it. So we're good. We're good there. Now we're going to install our tail piece right here. And we'll snug that up too. So this is what it's going to look like. It's going to sit in right here. And I've got some attachments to go underneath to make sure that this stays in tight. I'll put that on, then I'm going to take this inside and I'm going to install it, and then we can put our trim on. Countertop is installed. Sink and plumbing is installed. Now we have got to make it look nice with some trim. We've got some 3/4 inch trim that we're going to put right along here. We got a little bump out right there that we're going to have to make the corner on. Otherwise it's pretty flat, so we're going to take a quick measurement. And we're going to go all right, we're going to go cut. We're going to need 56th and an 1/8. We've got this little, probably about an 1/8 cover over here, and then a regular 3/4. So let's measure it out. I've got my metal blade on my jigsaw. It should smooth right through this aluminum. Let's give it a try. Or so I thought. Better hold the right end. Use the right tool in the correct manner. It'll do the job fine. All right, I got my piece cut right here. You can see that it fits nice over that 3/4 ply. It's going to be perfect. I've got these specialty screws. Gonna fit right in there. Fit flush. Remember, at Rob the Rebuilder headquarters, we never use the devil's nails. Do not do it. Now we're going to install some Cove molding. Cove molding is kind of like reverse quarter round. It hides all the imperfections, kind of sits up there nice and neat. You'll see this in a lot of vintage campers around the counter area. So this is really the same process as doing that front lip. We just cut them to size, and now we're going to screw them in, and we'll take a look at the finished product. Let's check out our finished product. Try to get that aluminum to go all the way around. Make the corner, come right back here to our front 3/4 inch lip. See just how much of a nice, smooth, clean look that gives everything. Definitely what you want in your vintage camper.